Hey, so what's going on, everyone? So today, technically an unboxing, but we've got an unbagging. And shout out to Barnes & Noble, where I purchased what you are getting in today's video. So I'm going to give everyone a hint on what's in the bag. Hopefully my shirt explains everything. So, hold on, pages are this way. So, if the shirt was not enough of an indication, I unbagged Killing the Business from the Young Bucks. And I bought this from Barnes & Noble on Black Friday, which means, oh wow. Signed edition. And there is the autographs from both Matt and Nick Jackson. The Young Bucks, for those that do not know who these guys are. So, one of the many things that a lot of you have been asking about in videos of mine is to talk a little bit more about stuff I'm into. So, we're doing a double one here. Something I'm into, plus it's a book, so it fits with the channel, unlike some of the other stuff that you've gotten recently. Alright, so the Young Bucks are a wrestling tag team for All Elite Wrestling, AEW. They were in the indies for quite some time before eventually going to Ring of Honor. To any pretty much, how can I put this? To anyone who is a wrestling fan that would like to check out something of them, but has only heard criticisms, check out the Ring of Honor stuff between these two and the Briscoes. That's my recommendation. But there's the front cover. Killing the Business from the Young Bucks. There is the spine. And there is the back cover. And I'll move in a little bit. Most of the back cover is not really a blurb. It's just quotes from various people in the wrestling business that they've worked with in the past. So I'm going to check the inside flap with this being a hardcover and see if there's a blurb there, and I will read that. Okay. So, like I said, got this at Barnes & Noble. Signed. I highly doubt they'll ever see it, but Matt and Nick, if you ever end up watching this video, just want to say thank you. Matt and Nick Jackson, the brothers forming the electric and daring independent wrestling tag team, the Young Bucks, tell their inspirational story of how two undersized athletes from Southern California became all elite wrestling shining stars, idolized by millions. Famous for their high-flying moves, super kicks, and viral videos, Matt and Nick Jackson are two of the hottest and most talented competitors in professional wrestling today. The self-made brothers, known as the Young Bucks, inspire both fans and dreamers worldwide through their resilience, determination, and eagerness to forge their own path. In their long-awaited memoir, Matt and Nick share their unique story of making it not only as spectacular wrestlers, coveted among the ranks of All Elite Wrestling, but as visionary executives, heralding one of the most exciting eras in the independent wrestling industry. Alternating between their perspectives from chapter to chapter, the book gives unprecedented and complete access into the ceaseless, uncompromising world of wrestling and their lives as devoted family men. Yeah, both these guys are fathers. Matt, I believe, has 2 kids and Nick has 3. In this warm, heartfelt story of hope, perseverance, and undying ambition, Matt and Nick look back on the sacrifices they made to achieve their goals, from taking odd jobs to pay their own wrestling ring and hosting backyard events with friends, to being recruited into the independent California wrestling circuit to become one of the sport's biggest acts. They share personal reflections on their faith, their families, and what it means to have support of millions of fans cheering their talents in arenas worldwide. Obviously, this was written before lockdown. Paying tribute to wrestling acts and inspirations that came before them, they elaborate on this historic moment in the evolution of wrestling and their pivotal role as the sport and its culture dramatically changes day by day. This memoir is a complete portrait of what it means to grow into and give back to wrestling, the sport of profession they embody and love. So, to those that are unfamiliar, the reason they named it Killing the Business, when they first got started, they were not well received. And to those that don't watch wrestling, a lot of people that are professional wrestlers tend to be larger athletes. I think these guys are like 5'9" or 5'10". Neither of them weigh 200 pounds. And a lot of professionals and critics at the time, when they were first getting started, said they were killing the business. So they decided to take that and run with it. And they've done it quite a few times throughout their career. And I have to agree on some of the stuff they mentioned about their influence and inspiration. As an independent author, I know not being part of the Big Five is something that makes living off of just writing pretty much impossible. And when I was looking at what I needed to do to promote and share myself as an author amongst a large sea of faces, I actually have looked at what they do. The reason I started up a YouTube channel is because they've got Being the Elite, their weekly web series that they do with other members of the AEW roster. They were doing a podcast at one point, I believe, or they were frequently guesting on a podcast. I'm not doing a podcast, but that's one of the reasons I started uploading stuff to Spotify. And one of the big things that they are known for are their t-shirts. In fact, AEW frequently gets called a t-shirt company. You are welcome to look it up for anyone who has never heard of these guys. AEW frequently gets called a t-shirt company. But that's one of the reasons that I've been looking at doing t-shirts. And in their case, it's some of their designs, like this is like one of the bandanas that they wear to the ring. Whereas mine are lines from some of my poems, or in one case, my logo. So yeah, I have to say what you want to those that are watching this, that are wrestling fans that don't like these guys. Some of the stuff they do has actually been an inspiration and an influence on what I do. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to pick this up. And it also just happened to be on Black Friday where the book is signed. Because right now with lockdown, I don't think I'm going to ever. I don't want to say I won't ever get a chance, but the chances right now of meeting these two guys is very unlikely. So, Matt, Nick, if you guys ever end up watching this video, I do want to say thank you. I'm very much looking forward to reading this book. However, at the time of me recording this, I am currently reading 6 books for review purposes. I can do a review for this book once I'm caught up on my reviews. For anyone who would like me to review it, just put in the comments below if you would like me to review Killing the Business. I would, under most circumstances, I would definitely be sharing, social media links and stuff like that. However, these guys recently went inactive on Twitter. So the links in the description below will be for the AEW website, the shopaew.com website, which I think is connected to Pro Wrestling Tees. I will have a link for their YouTube channel, Being the Elite, where they do a weekly web series. And as always, I will also be including my social media links in the description below. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram. I have a second YouTube channel where I read my poetry and short stories. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. And that does it for this one. So again, this is the book we did in unbagging for, I guess. And again, shout out to Barnes & Noble for doing the signed copies like they tend to do for Black Friday, for getting these two guys to do one. So thank you to Barnes & Noble for that one. I will include the Barnes & Noble store as well, since I just gave them a shout out. But that does it for this one. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this one. Hopefully some of you can get to know me a little better, since that's one of the things a lot of you have been asking for. And that does it for this one. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.